again. Oh yeah, we're drilling now. Drilling with my Weaving 8-metre drill and the 8250 tractor. And as I was reading your comments on Sunday, yesterday, and I saw your comments about my dangly bits, I got rid of them because they weren't working anyway, they were too old. And no squeak on the steering wheel. Me and George got under there. We left Charlie sitting at home, but we got under there, we found the squeak and we de-squeaked it. It did aggravate me as well. It's just that, you know, it weren't at the top of my to-do list at the time. But I don't mind it driving me nuts, but I'm halfway there already. But yeah, don't want it driving you mad as well. I'm getting a bit confused. Happens as you get older. But no, we're in a 40-acre field. JB Diego I'm putting in here. My old boy should be up here in about, oh, I don't know, about half hour to ring roll it down like. It is a little bit lumpy. We've got a reasonable day today. It's mostly gone, to be honest with you. It is 3:30, so a big chunk of it's gone, but I had to sort out some spray for Steve. He's got a Virtud out, self-propelled Virtud. He's spraying out for spring cropping ground because it looks like today might be the last usable day for spraying, so we're just trying to get that done because they say wind's going to pick up and towards the weekend it's going to get more and more showery, so I'm hoping we can get all our winter cropping in by then. I don't know about the beans, but the wheat and the barley, we'll have that in by then. And then I will be going away with the old fifth wheel at the end of the month, and George and Steve can do a bit of ploughing while I'm gone. They can plough all the spring cropping ground. It's old boy's soil, light sandy soil, so even if it is a bit wet, it still should be okay. But now I'm looking forward to my little break. You know, I know it's only England, but England's a very special place to me. And the Lake District is a beautiful place. An autumn time when the trees are changing colour, they can be quite fantastic. But my idea of an holiday is leave the mobile phone at home, and I can sit in a nice warm fifth wheel my caravan, or go out and have a nice dinner with my wife somewhere and just switch off. You might say, well, you can do that at home, but I disagree. Somebody will be knocking on your door, or the phone will be ringing. We run our business from our home, so we have a girl in every day who works in the office, and a bookkeeper twice a week, so your home's not your own. So you get away, you can have a good rest and recharge your batteries. Get ready to start carting all that straw into the power station. I've got a chap from Anglian Farmers coming to see me on Wednesday. I'm looking to sell him 1,000 tonne of the surplus, and hopefully that'll open the door up with Anglian Farmers, so they'll take a lot of the other stuff on spot sale, like. But George is down the bottom of the hill with a mighty 7270 on the 6-metre Amazon power arrow. I can just about see him from here. He's just doing the headland on the next field for me, so I've got this 40 acres to do, and there's a 32-acre field there. That'd be nice if I can get that done tonight. And I'll be broken the back of it by tomorrow then. I saw a few comments on the old YouTube about us going up the road with duals on. For the people that ask the question, why don't we take them up the field on a flatbed and put them on in the field? It's bad enough putting them on a piece of concrete. They're very, very heavy things, they are. And if you've only got a dirt field to wheel them about on and get them on, it's no fun. We've tried it, and instead of it taking us an hour or so to put them on, or 45 minutes, it took us 3 or 4 hours and 2 or 3 attempts. So we tend to put them on in the yard and escort it out to the field. It's not the most fantastic way of doing it, but it's easier on us. And as long as you drive sensibly and give respect to other road users, I can't see the issue with it. A lot of people said you didn't run the cyclist over in the field. That's because he wasn't I wouldn't run him over anyway, even if he was like a cow. Even if he had his cock suit on, I wouldn't run him over anyway. You never know, he's probably got children, wife and everything, you never know. So, you can't go running him over, it's against the law. But, there you go. You have to be careful what you say in this day and age, don't you? Old Hillary Clinton's rival, he done a bit of locker room talk, didn't he, about abusing his power. But there you go, we all say things, don't we? I think it's okay to be saying them as long as you don't do them. But, you know, it'd be better if you didn't even say them, but you don't always think when you say things like that. I forget his bloody name now, that the chap who's running. But I think it'd be good for their country, I would. I do, I mean. Not as any of my business, it's the Americans' business, not ours, but they've already said that they would deal with Great Britain before they'd deal with Europe. They said they'd give priority to Great Britain. If he was in power, they would give priority to Great Britain for trade deals with America. So that's totally opposite to Mr. Obama, isn't it? A bit of scare tactics, I think, there. David Cameron and Obama got their heads together, I reckon, one night on the phone. But we've all been caught with our pants down at one time. Like he said to Hillary Clinton last night, if I was in power, you'd be locked up for what you've done. So, and people like him do know a lot of things. They do know a lot about people like Hillary Clinton, or Hillary Clinton, whatever she's called. People like him do have their ways of finding things out. So he probably does know things about Hillary, but he probably won't say them because he can't prove them. Well, she strikes me as a little bit of a deep water type person. Still deep water, runs deep, doesn't it? But there you go, that's their business. I just don't I know who I'd rather have dealing with us. It would be Hillary Clinton, that's for sure. But we all say things, don't we? I bet you're all sitting there thinking, yeah, I remember that time I said that, and I wish I'd never said that, or I wish I'd never done that. I know I've got enough things I wish I'd never done before. But there you go, that's life. After you've lived a few years, you make a few mistakes. Nobody's perfect. It is a bit knobbly in here, I must admit. I'm hoping as I go up over the brow of the hill there, it will get a little bit better. We've actually cultivated this field the other way round this year. Well, we ploughed it, but we ploughed it across the grain because the bottom end of it is dry, it is heavy and it is lumpy, so I'm hoping I can work my way out of it I can go up a couple of cogs then, because I must admit this thing does drill at quite a speed. On the grass I was drilling the other day, I was doing nearly 17.5 Ks. So you can calibrate this drill to basically, you can calibrate it like I'm putting on 187 kilograms a hectare. But if you calibrate it right, you can calibrate it so you can increase your speed. You have a speed window. From like at the moment, my speed window is, the way we've set it up, it's between 14 and 19 kilometres an hour. So I don't think I'm going to basically do that today. Well, no, it ain't. It's between 9 and 19 kilometres an hour, something like that. But the fast track will do it. She'll ride it through, but you'll rip every tine off the drill. It's a tine drill. And they're sprung loaded. They're not the saber tooth tines. They're just a standard spring tine. Well, not a spring tine. It's a sprung loaded tine on the weaving. This sort of ground does make it dance about a bit. We're going to pre-emerge it, so we need to hammer it well with the ring rolls to get it down reasonably flat, so it seals the surface up. I must admit, I don't know whether I'm going to drive out of this knobbliness, because the top end of this field, he power arrowed it with knackered tines on the power arrow. I don't think he went much above that deep, and on that much with the drill, trying to, you know, get the seat bearing properly. That is making my tines dance. I must admit, I come up here this morning nearly on 2 wheels, because I had 2 tonne of seed in the hopper on this drill, and the drill's heavy enough to start with. She's fully mounted. Need a bit of a shave, I think. I'm getting a little bit itchy. Must be I'm a wet shaver, I am. I do like a nice, get the old soap around there, slap that round with the old chops, and then get the old wet shaver out. Like a baby's bum afterwards. It's always, I must admit, it's kept my skin lovely through the years. It's getting a bit saggy now though. I lost all that weight. So I've got a saggy face. My wife don't mind. I tried to tell her I was related to Poldark last night. My family hails from down that way once upon a time. Then we went to Scotland. That peep 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 you're hearing, that's the alarm, because the seed roller ain't running in the drill. Only runs when I start moving, so it's alarming me, telling me that it isn't rolling. So, in case I'm going along, don't want big patches in it everywhere. No, I must admit this has dried out a hell of a lot since we ploughed it and power arrowed it. I'll turn you round in a minute so you can see what's going forward. I just thought we might have a change of perspective over my shoulder. I don't want to inflict my beauty upon you too much. There was a chap, David, from America, Illinois, America, a farmer from that way. He seemed to think somehow that he offended me by saying about my squeaky steering wheel. You never offended me in the slightest, David. It didn't bother me at all. I've had a squeaky steering wheel for about 14 months. That's been squeaking. Me and George got a tin of spray grease this morning and squirted it around the bottom of the shaft. I turned it whilst he squirted it. And within about 4 minutes I'd got rid of my squeak. So I put up with it for 14 months for the sake of 4 minutes of oil in it. honest with you. Thank you very much, David. I hope you get on well with your harvest this year. I don't know quite when your harvest is there, so here goes my old boy in the Toyota. I got this old T-Reg Toyota. Bugger, I've had it for years. I put 200,000 miles on it, and all I do each year is MOT it. That's all I do. And it won't lay down and die, it just keeps going. She's a faithful old beast, she is. Don't go very fast anymore, but you can get top speed of about 65 out of it, but it ain't got much go in it. But with an 18-year-old driving it, that ain't a bad thing sometimes. Here he goes, we'll see what he's got to say for himself. I'll leave it running, I won't tell him we're filming, see what he's got to say. He'll come up with something intelligent, I've no doubt. Oh, he looks like cutting edge. What are there, shorty?
Hello.
Are you alright?
Yeah. What? Do I use this? Not this film?
Yeah, it's far up from there up, so by the time you get up there, I'll have most of it done.
Am I using the place to go?
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a key in it, and there ain't. You have to get the one out of the telephone that's in the armrest.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and yeah, on the rolls, yeah.
Right.
George is just power in the end of that field over there, so I can get in. I'm going to do this field. I'll see if I can get the hopper empty. Did you bring that bag of seed?
Yeah, it's done.
I might fill up with barley and go and do that because it's the same rate, so I don't need to recalibrate. I'm going to pop that on. I think another half hour on that. I think I'm almost halfway now. You take the headlands into consideration. But you'll have to take it a little bit easy, give it a chance to squash these lumps down. Okay. If you start up and down there, just work this way and leave the headlands till afterwards and do that afterwards. Going in alright, but the pre-emerge markers are not doing nothing. They're just bouncing about. So might have to put some markers in for Steve to follow. We'll see. Doing these pre-emerge. Yeah, he's on it, he's just loading up the spray and he's going to kind of spray these fields. I know it's a bit hit and miss when it's weather the way it is, but there you go. We're going to get the ring rolls on, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Alright, you're going to say hello to YouTube then?
Alright, you got it on.
Hello. Hello.
Alright then. Okay.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit then.
You've got food with you and stuff?
Yeah, I've got it.
Alright. You stick the keys in the tube on the back of the bumper?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
All
MOT'd, is it?
Yeah, all done.
Did you ask him about your Land Rover?
Well,
Gearbox.
Yeah, well, I said there's a lot of people always playing and saying about it, so.
Yeah, we'll have to book it in with him for a little while.
Yeah. That's what I know.
Yeah. Alright then.
See you in a bit.
Cheers then.
Alright.
Bye. Shut the door. Roy. I'll get out of the sack. Shut Roy. He just had a weekend in Yarmouth, he has. So he's all refreshed. He took a young lady with him. Well, his young lady, I should say it like that, because you'll think he's a bit of a womaniser, but no, he's very monogamous. He's still with his first love. Yeah. I like drilling with this drill. It's quite pleasurable. Yeah. They're a bit annoyed with me because I've got a slight bend in the drilling. I followed the side of the field. I should have straightened it up, I know, but there you go. A bit of character, wasn't it? Hey? Leave him out of history. That's his own. No, I must admit it's very autumnal today. It's quite chilly out there. There isn't hardly any wind, to be honest, but what there is pretty chilly. They reckon towards the weekend the weather's going to start deteriorating and winter's coming. What have we got to look forward to? Winter. Cold, wet and dark. I'm getting up now at 6 in the morning and it's still about 5:30, 6 o'clock and it's still dark. It's about 6:30 now before it gets light. It's no fun winter. Short days, cold and wet. I think I've got a bit of grizzly bear in me. I think I'll go and live in Canada. Mind you, that's bloody cold in Canada. I watched a bit of that Ice Road Truckers last night. I don't think I want to live there. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with England. Well, that's still pretty lumpy. I was hoping I'd be drilled out there by now, but I don't think I'm going to. It's just a matter of keep going steady. Everybody said I was mad behind this drill. They all said it'd be too heavy. That tractor won't handle it, that'll be too heavy, they'll shove the back wheels through the ground. I've ordered it out, not the time I put twins on it yet, mate. But it hardly marks it, to be honest with you. It's, no, it's very light on its feet. It'll take a brave man to take this drill away from me. I must admit, the time I get rid of this, I doubt they'll make this one anymore. I'll be superseded by somebody, I'm sure. Weaving ain't a massive firm. They've been going for some time, I must admit, a good 10 or 12 years, but they ain't a massive firm. They do a direct drill, but it is a bit of an afterthought drill. What I call an afterthought drill. They're using more or less the same chassis as this one. And they've changed the tines to a rigid tine, they've got a saber-tooth line. I think they have heavied it up. I think the only thing that would make this better would be not complete guidance, don't get me wrong, because I like holding on to the steering wheel, but guidance would help so I could do away with the belt markers on it, right? They do take a bit of a beating, them old belt markers. You didn't have to have them on so that you just steered it, you know, by one of those basic guidance systems. I could put it in a sprayer then as well. And the top pressing machine. See, there you go. I bet that's another 6 or 8 grand if you put it in M3. My mate's got one of those bloody Drlling things or something or other. Cost him £12,000. For something to steer his tractor up the field. I can't understand how they think you get more percentage of crop if you had a tractor that drove itself. Because like somebody says, a tractor that drives itself isn't going to tell you where the wet spots are. You know, I've seen tractors stuck halfway up telegraph poles and electric pylons on YouTube because I've had it on guidance and the drivers fell asleep in there and smacked into a pylon. He actually knocked it down. He hit it well. Done a good job he did. Quality outfit.